Martin rig a bit.
Yo, what's going
Yeah,
on?
so.
Came with the
Come on,
headband.
man. If I take it off, my plats start going mad. If I take it off, my plats start going mad. It keeps it down nicely.
Oh, mate. You're in the
Yeah,
gamer
come
chair
on,
as
man.
well.
It's nice. I can just move around in it nicely, bro. Not
What's
much,
going
man.
on?
Just chilling.
You know, Cameron's laughing at you,
Man, you said he wants to see my painting, yeah? Let more people jump
Yeah.
in first, Mandy, man. It's too early.
What are you doing today?
Went for a run earlier, which was alright.
Mm.
It was a bit better because obviously it's raining now, isn't it? So
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
not
super
hot,
hot. I come back and
shave a bit of time off.
now you know what it
Shave a
is.
bit,
It
shave a
was
bit of
it's
time
actually
off.
worse, you know, because I had to wear boots this time. Usually I've been wearing runners, and it's obviously with the runners they're comfy.
Oh, okay, with your
Yeah,
flats.
so I had to put boots on, but they were just squeezing my foot, so
Mm.
it was a bit annoying.
All right, well, we'll
Let
start it
me
off. And
see. Safe, you know.
then...
All right, yeah, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, so obviously let's start with Bristol City, Dave, yeah? Let's start with Bristol City. So what do you sort of remember from the academy?
I joined like Joe. We joined when it was about 7, which is early, man. It kind of cuts your local football time down quite a bit. So we literally had
Because you were playing local
for St. Philip's, which are now I think they're Bristol Central, is what they're called now. So now I started when I was 7, which is a young age to be fair to start. But it was enjoyable, man. I had a lot of friends there. Obviously, Cameron, that's been in the comments.
Yeah.
Joe, Scott Wilson as well. What age did you join?
Yeah. I came at like 12.
Okay. Yeah, no, there was a few of us, man. It was decent. It was decent.
So what? And then obviously coming through the academy, obviously playing under 18s. Obviously I played with you there. What you got any memories from them times?
I enjoyed them times, you know. You know, it was touch and go even getting a scholarship, because I remember at the age of 16, me and Cameron, we were quite small at the time. So we was quite small at the time, and they kind of said to us, look, we're going to give you a 1-year schoolboy, with a view to a 2-year scholarship, depending on how you grow and whatnot. So
so it was like a 3-year, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was touch and go at that time for both of us, to be fair. But
obviously it's paid off now, isn't it? And then you broke into the first team.
That was around, I think it was the last. The last game of the season. Was that a scholar at that time? A second year, innit? Yeah, it was a second year. So it was literally last game of the season.
Yeah.
I come off Jamal Cambaras.
Yeah. I think he scored or something, didn't he? And then he came off.
To be honest, I don't remember the game like that. I remember coming on. I remember having a super baggy kit on. Probably about in. Red burgundy, carbon fiber things.
So obviously you made your debut, and then obviously from there, you had a couple loan moves.
Yeah, my first one was to Cheltenham. I remember playing them. Me and Marlon Jackson went there actually. Remember playing them in a reserve game, and I've done well in that reserve game.
Yeah.
And I think it was the transfer deadline day, I think, and they rang up and basically said, "Look, we want to take you." So literally, me and Marlon got on an M motorway and got over there. But that was my first loan. It was quite difficult because they were winning literally every game. It was in the playoffs at the time, winning every game, and I think I only played about 5 minutes. I come off the bench. It's still a good experience. I met. That's where I first met Marlon Pack. He was there at the time, and they had a decent squad, to be fair. So that was enjoyable.
And then your next one was
what was it? I was Oldham. Yeah, I think it was the literally. Last couple months of the season. I think I was about 20 at the time. The manager was Lee Johnson. Corey Smith was there. That's the first time I met him.
So Lee Johnson was
yeah.
manager when you went.
Because obviously
When
I
you
was
were
a
at
player
Old.
with him at Bristol City, so I think
Yeah,
he obviously wanted me there with him, so I went up there, played it quite a bit to be fair. Didn't get any goals, but that was proper like my first taste of football, really, which was
yeah.
quite enjoyable.
And then was the move to Plymouth straight after that, or did you
Nah,
have to go back?
literally, I went back to Bristol City, and the next year I played the next year because that's when they got relegated to League One. Yeah, so I played the next season, I think under Sean O'Driscoll at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, played under Sean O'Driscoll, he was a good manager. He was very good. Him and who's assistant now? Assistant's at Aston Villa now. Forgot his name to be fair, but
okay.
yeah, I played centre mid that season under Sean O'Driscoll. Played quite a bit.
Yeah,
We wasn't doing too well, and I think he got the sack. And that's when I think Steve Cottrell came in.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And then that's when you
Yeah,
went on loan.
that's when
Yeah,
I went on loan to. So obviously I finished off that season, and then the
you got
next
on loan.
season is when I went on loan to Plymouth, and that was a season where them lot won the league and obviously won the cup as well.
Yeah. What would you say the loan moves has done for you?
They were massive for me, man. I think the most important one was the Plymouth one, and to be fair, it was quite frustrating because obviously the lads at Bristol City at the time were obviously having a good season. Like they ended up winning.
Yeah, obviously I spoke to
Yeah,
Joe last
so
week
obviously
about
that's one
that.
of their
Yeah,
best seasons they had. They won the league and they won the cup, and they had
yeah,
a chip out at Wembley. So that was frustrating for me, not being part of that. But I couldn't look at other people's success and be worried about it. I just knew it wasn't my time, so I just went to Plymouth and enjoyed my time there as well. Made some good friends down there. We got to the semi-finals, but lost in the playoffs. But no,
yeah.
that was enjoyable, man. That was massive for me that year.
But it's obviously helped your
Hmm.
career as well, hasn't it? So, and then you went back to Bristol City and you had a great
Yeah, I
season,
think
didn't
I
you?
played quite a bit the season after in the championship.
Yeah,
Done all right. I was in and out really. Wasn't really my breakthrough season. And I don't know,
yeah,
we struggled. I think we struggled at first season in the championship. But no, yeah, it was good. It was just good just playing regular football at the time. New.
and obviously being back in your
Yeah, no,
hometown as
that was
well.
massive. That was massive. I was always
That
driving
was
back from Plymouth now and then on my day offs and that. So yeah.
yeah, decent. And then so let's talk about the season. Obviously, you played midfield
Hmm.
and stuff, and then you came back to pre-season
Yeah,
one time, didn't
so
you?
obviously you know me as a centre mid. That's most of the times I play. And I remember coming back
Yeah,
pre-season. Lee Johnson was a manager at the time, and he basically said like he's looking to get another striker in, and he said he had a checklist of things that he wanted in a striker, and he said that I was ticking all the boxes from what I can give, and he said like would I want to play a striker for a season or give it a go? And at first I didn't really want to do it, like
yeah,
because all I've known is being a centre mid, so I didn't want to.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it was a new challenge.
I didn't want to obviously go up front, it not work out, and then he's got all of his centre mids in their positions, and I'm just left to do nothing really. So I wasn't too sure at the start, but then we worked on it a bit in pre-season, and then during the pre-season games, I was scoring quite a bit, and then it just took off from there.
Took
Mm.
off from there, yeah, and obviously you enjoyed
Yeah,
that
no,
role as
I
well,
really
didn't it?
enjoyed that, man. I think it clicked, and I think I found my position that really suits me, and yeah, works for me really.
Yeah, so it was lucky that you tried it in
Yeah, I know.
pre-season,
Yeah,
really.
because literally at first when he first said it, I was like, I'm not too sure. And he said, look, just give it a try. You never know what can happen. He just said, I can see you playing there, so just try it out, and it worked. And
And
I
you
had a
never
good
looked back.
partnership with Famara Jeju.
Yeah,
We hit the ground running together, and that team was a joke of a team anyway,
mm.
man. It was good. We all knew what we was
Yeah,
doing, and everyone just played their part really.
yeah. No, that was good. Obviously, how many goals did you get
That
that season?
season was 19 in the league, two in the cup, so 21 altogether. Yeah, so that's it.
Only one
Is one
altogether.
of the things is that everyone's time is different, man. It took me till I was what 20,
Yeah.
24 to really break through and have a standout season. So yeah, it's just everyone's time is different.
Mm.
So you just got to be patient and wait.
Yeah. So with that season, then you obviously had some good memories throughout that season, good games and whatever. What's a couple of them that stick in your mind?
Earlier in the season, I think the Brentford game. I think it ended 3-3. I think I scored last minute. That feeling was a crazy experience. Then I think we needed the points to really stay in and around it. Yeah, and I remember scoring last minute after he was pushing to get the equaliser.
Yeah.
Another one was obviously the Carabao Cup run. Yeah, that run that was crazy.
You got the hero. You got the hero in the comments.
Nah, that's
as well.
Corey, man. Corey's the hero, not me. That's Corey, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that game was sick. I enjoyed that game, and you know what was crazy? It was like the whole team, like we wasn't nervous, nothing. Like we actually said like we feel like we can win this. I think Man United were going through a bad patch at the time. And we was like, look, if we stick to our game and stay in it, we'll be fine. We'll be able to win this, and it come together. And I think Corey scoring last minute. I think if it went to extra time, it might have won. I think we would have probably run out of steam.
The thing is, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about that? Everyone would have been happy.
Yeah, but even going into extra time, would it have been extra time then? I'm not sure. I don't know. No, I was going into extra time. Wait there. Let's ask everyone. Cause was it going into extra time, or was it a replay?
You might be right.
I don't think.
But to take them that far, isn't it?
How was it a replay? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think even if it was going into extra time, we would have probably run out a bit of steam. I think, and their quality would have probably taken over, and they would have probably got the win. But to score in the last minute that's one of the best feelings I've ever had. Like literally, I could have cried on the pitch, but yeah, it was that deep. Yeah, would have went to extra time.
That's why you did it.
I'll never forget the way he ran off, man.
That was a special night, and then obviously Man City that same season.
So we beat Man United, and then going into the semi-final, obviously knowing how good Man City were, we just kind of thought, look, just try to keep the score down as much as possible. Try to get something.
What was that?
That was good, you know. I think the whole feel of that season was good. That everyone was together. That we really thought we could achieve something.
What?
Yeah, and then going into that first game, I think we kind of had like no fear. I think we all wanted to impress. Look, you got one of the best managers in the world managing Man City, and I think we just wanted to impress and just basically just play against the best players in the world. You know what I mean? And that's the first time for maybe a lot of us, definitely for me, to play against world-class players. So that was good, and it's crazy that I was playing up top of my own with Jamie Patterson in behind me. I think that could be the smallest front two ever. So yeah, it worked, and it was a good game.
And at the Etihad as well, you won the
penalty. Yeah, I remember it was like we've been working on like basically our pressing triggers, and it literally worked perfectly. I think Brownhill chased down Mangala, got the ball off him, and I made a run off and literally just told it before Stones took me down. And when it was a penalty, I just thought, and you know, man's thing, I wasn't even that nervous. I thought it was just an opportunity to score at a big occasion. I thought, and at the time, I think it was Bravo and goal. I didn't know that he was a good penalty saver at the time. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I watched the Man City documentary.
I didn't know he was that good at saving.
And they
I've not seen it. And I think if I'd have known, I'd have been a bit more nervous, but I didn't, which was helpful. And you got a hand to it, to be fair.
So it worked.
But yeah, nah. Was you at the game? You didn't go?
No, I didn't.
I
watched it.
Yeah, no, that feeling there was because everything just went silent, and then the fans were cheering. It was a nice moment.
Fans are cheering your name, isn't it? Crazy. Right, let's move on.
No,
He
you
was
lying. I
nervous.
wasn't. I was calm. You see the deep breath before I took the penalty.
Yeah.
Relax, mate.
On the video. Let's talk about the move. Obviously, the move to
Hmm.
Cardiff City. Um, it was obviously a big
Hmm.
step for you, obviously being at
Yeah.
Bristol City your whole life. So what do you sort of remember from that?
I remember my agent telling me I kind of knew. To be fair, I kind of knew that was going to be my last season for Bristol City. I've been there so long, and I thought
Mm-hmm.
it's time for a change and a time to challenge myself. Obviously, everyone wants to play
Yeah.
in the Premier League. That's where you want to be. So
Mm.
I got the call from my agent saying that they were interested, and I thought it's a place where I'm going to play games. Unfortunately, it wasn't wanted to be as much as I wanted to. But yeah, no, it was close to home as well, which was it was perfect. You're playing
Yeah, that's
Prem
right.
football and you're close to
Prem
home. You know what I
football.
mean? I didn't have to
Mm.
go up north or anything to be away from family.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something crazy stick. It's something I couldn't turn down, and to this day I don't regret. No.
No, of course not. It's one of them, isn't it? Like you look at it and you think
Hmm.
it's Premier League football. Like you might
Hmm.
not get
Hmm.
that chance
That's
again.
my reasons behind it, and obviously them getting promoted at the time, I thought is an opportunity to play quite a lot of games and really get noticed in the Premier League and showcase my talent. Gary Howard. Yeah.
uh, yeah. So what was that like
Oh,
playing
that
for
was
Prem?
nice, man. It's obviously something you dreamt of as a kid. So growing up to finally wear them badges on the shoulder was a nice feeling for
Yeah,
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 not
agree.
just me, but for my family and things as well. So it was a proud moment for me, man. Real proud.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was playing week in,
Yeah,
week out
it was
against
it
top
was
players.
it's different to the championship, man, because like
Mm.
it's like
In
the
what way?
tempo is quite slow. I think Joe said it last week. The tempo's slow, but once
Yeah,
they get into the final third, it's literally like three passes,
so quick.
super quick. You can't do nothing about it. Then bam, there's a goal,
Mhm.
and it's like you make a
Cool.
mistake in the championship, you probably get another opportunity to get out of it. Someone will get you out the shit. But in the Prem, you make a mistake, it's
Exactly.
literally two or three passes,
Mm.
and it's potentially a goal. So you have to look after the ball.
So you say that's the
Yeah, that's
difference?
the difference. You get punished for mistakes, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And then you obviously scored in the Premier League as well. How many goals did you get at Prem?
Five in total. Yeah, five in
5 in
total.
total. What was that feeling on your
The
first one?
first one was a relief, but I think it took me a few months to get my first one, and then how ironic it was against Fulham as well.
Yeah,
But that feeling
yeah,
was
yeah.
more of a relief. I don't think I was like feeling nervous of not getting a goal. I just thought like you just gotta wait and just until it happens, and yeah, that feeling was nice, and I think you can probably tell from my celebrations how much it meant for me.
Man of
Who?
beast,
What
man.
did they say? Five. Come on, guys, man.
um, yeah. So that was obviously Cardiff. It was
Hmm.
Premier League football, and obviously it's always been a dream of
Hmm.
yours to play
Hmm.
in the Premier League. So that's that. The next thing I want to talk about is,
Yeah,
is Jamaica. Obviously, that was
yeah.
massive for you, right?
Yeah. It's
How did that,
go on. Finish it off.
go on. How did that sort of come about? So obviously, being from like a Jamaican
Yeah.
community in Bristol,
So yeah, my
what was the
yeah.
sort of
So
connections
obviously
there?
my dad and my mum are both from Jamaica. So growing up in a
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican household was I'm not gonna say at first coming through football, it wasn't my first sport that I wanted to necessarily play for Jamaica. Obviously
Yeah,
watching a lot of Premier League and when you're younger, watching England, that's who you obviously saw at the start. But it was something when I started to get older that I started to look at um, representing Jamaica. I think that we've got a lot of potential in the squad to do big things, and I actually
yeah,
truly
definitely.
believe that we got a massive opportunity to make the next World Cup, and I wanted to be a part of that. I
Mm.
would rather
Yeah,
be a part of making a World Cup and achieving something with Jamaica than say get one cap somewhere else. You know what I mean? I think it means more to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, definitely. At least it's like the
Yeah.
journey then, isn't it?
So that's the main thing, and
You're
yeah,
interested.
that's what we're going for. So I think hopefully it can happen. If we keep working hard, we'll be fine.
Yeah. And obviously that made your family proud. I know
Yeah,
mum
yeah.
was
To be
proud
fair,
of that
my
one.
my mum, my auntie, my nephew, and my brother flew out to watch the first game, which
Yeah,
obviously I scored on as well. So that was nice for them to be there and be supporting me out in Jamaica. It just shows how much it means to them as well. So now that was nice.
yeah. And then obviously with Jamaica as well. What was the sort of difference between like club level and then going to
The
Jamaica?
heat for one. The heat is a madness. I remember literally at the first
Mm.
15 minutes. Obviously, the way I play, I try to play with a lot of energy in it. So I'm trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to carry that same energy in that game, in the first game, playing in Jamaica. Yeah,
What are you doing?
that is the worst thing I could
Yeah.
ever have done. 15, 20 minutes in, I was finished. I saw I wanted, oh yeah, I wanted to come off.
Flowing.
Like I was gone. So I had to just control it from there and just take time with the running I was doing. But
Yeah,
apart from the heat, football wise, it's a lot slower. Obviously, being in the heat is a lot slower, and you
yeah,
get kicked up a lot more. Like some of the
mm,
challenges are a bit disgraceful, and the referee just lets them go on.
yeah, yeah.
It's mad. Yeah,
Reckless.
they're very reckless. So you got to watch out for yourself, really.
Mm.
But apart from that, we play with good players. We've got decent players in our team, so it's not like we don't get the ball down and play. We actually try and play and try to create things. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Now, well, hopefully, big things can come.
Definitely.
That'll be good to see. So how's life in
It's
London then?
enjoyable, man.
You
Yeah,
enjoying
it's
it?
like it's weird because obviously when you move from a different club and you move away from home, you might be quite lonely.
Yeah,
You might not have family around and things, but I've got a lot of family in London, so it makes it easier for
yeah,
me in that transition to hit the ground running and kind of enjoy it. If I need to go and see family, I can go pop to my aunties, I can go pop to my sisters, and I've got cousins
yeah,
that
yeah.
I can chill with. So literally, it's something I always wanted to do as well was to be in London and play in London.
No, that's perfect. It's a nice place to be, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's nice.
Um,
hmm
with Fulham then, obviously you got the move. You're on loan first of all
Yeah.
from Cardiff.
So initially, actually, let me take you back to Cardiff and how that happened because I don't think a lot of people know the story behind it and what happened. And obviously, I know a
Yeah,
few Cardiff fans are probably upset with how it happened. Um,
mm,
but I think I remember we played Wigan the first game of the season. Obviously, I didn't play the season before as much as I wanted to in the Prem. Neil Warnock was the manager at the time. For whatever reason, it was down to him, and I kind of thought, well, if you brought me in and not gonna play me, then I don't know if I can trust you next season because the style of play he was playing, it didn't necessarily suit me. The reason I went there initially in the Prem was because you kind of have to play some football to a certain extent to be able
yeah,
to compete. So in the Championship, I wasn't too sure if they were going to revert back to how they played before. So we had a talk during preseason and whatnot, and he said he couldn't really guarantee me to play games like that. So obviously my agent was then obviously looking elsewhere to see what he can find and whatnot. And obviously then there was interest from Fulham. And I remember playing the first game for Cardiff. Obviously the window's still open then. I think we lost two
yeah,
one away to Wigan. That was on a Saturday, and I remember coming in on a Monday and him basically telling me that I can go if I want to go, like, which was a massive surprise to me because I thought, well, we might at least give me a chance to play. So once he said that, I knew that it wasn't going to work out there, and I don't know what's been said from that side, but yeah, I basically got told I can leave, so that's what I did.
mm.
Yeah.
That's how it came about. And then obviously you went to Fulham on loan.
Initially, it was a loan. I think because of financial fair play or whatnot, why it couldn't be a permanent to start off with. So it was a
Yeah,
loan with an obligation to buy. So it was going to happen, whether it was in January or the end of the season, it was going to be made permanent.
Nice. And obviously you've been
Yeah,
enjoying
no,
it
it's
there.
nice, man. It's a good club. They've got some very good players here, and I think we're trying to bounce back to the Premier League as quick as possible. And the team
Yeah.
we've got, that we really should be doing that. So hopefully we can, depending on what happens with this, we can go back up.
Yeah. So with Fulham, you're enjoying your role like
Yeah.
within the team, and you're enjoying the style of play that they're
Yeah,
playing as well.
definitely. They play a lot of football. We start to build up from the back quite a bit, and yeah, it's a very expansive attacking football, which suits me really, and I'm enjoying it.
And you've got a few goals as
Yeah, I
well
got
to your
5
name as
goals so
well.
far. Probably should have had more. It took me a while to get my
Yeah.
first one, but after I got the first one, a few of them came after. So hopefully I can get 4 more before the season ends.
No, that's good. And obviously you lot are doing well this year. Like you said, you want to get back to the Prem. We don't know what's going to happen yet with the season, but
we put
hopefully,
ourselves in a position where anything could happen now, and we can still catch second place, and there's still the playoffs to play for. So we're in it. So all we got to do is just keep working and see what happens.
yeah. Nice. Well, I got a question for you. What people have sort of made an impact on your career, like throughout your career so
You
far?
mean the coaches off the field?
Off the field, and off the field, on the field as well.
Well, first one was probably my cousin, Anthony McNamee. He was a player as well. He came through the academy at Watford. And me being young, I used to watch all the games then, and seeing someone that's close to you, that's already a professional footballer, was motivating for me to obviously want to reach that level as well. And obviously they got promoted to the Prem as well, I remember. And obviously he played in the Prem as well. So then the limits for me, I think, were endless. I thought I can obviously make it there as well. So one was Anthony McNamee. Another one, a coach. I'm going to go with Dave Horseman. Obviously, he was massive for me during my time at Bristol City.
He sort of followed us. Yeah, he followed us through.
Yeah,
the academy, really,
he was there for a while, and he was the first. Because I remember I used to be a winger. Remember, I got pushed out to the wing because I was quite small at the time. And I think when I was 17, when we went into scholarship times, he moved me into centre mid and kind of taught me. See, look, a few people are saying he's a legend. Yeah, he taught me how to be a centre mid really, and helped me through. So yeah, another one, Dave Horseman. Who else?
Did anyone like helped you away from football?
Well? Ryan Wilson as well. Yeah. He kind of got me into good shape. Yeah, he was massive. Yeah, back to action. Obviously, he was there as well. Yeah, it was massive. I used to do that. Yeah, most pre-seasons.
It helped so much.
Yeah, it was massive and got me into good shape to be able to put the outputs I do in games now. And not even just necessarily the physical part, but just talking to someone about football, in and around football, just to talk to really. Yeah, mental side, because there was times where at Bristol City where I wasn't getting a look in, and it was frustrating for me at that time. So going there and venting to him as well as doing my extra bits was good. So definitely rare as well.
Decent. Let me go into this then. So since lockdown, Bob, how have you been keeping yourself fit?
Well, I got the club provided us with a few bits to keep on top of things. So I got some dumbbells, some other things, and I've obviously got a watt bike, which I go on most of the time, which is good because I was running on the road. Yeah, and it just it kind of messed up my joints, my hips, and my ankles. So I've kind of stopped that and jumped on the watt bike, and I'm starting to enjoy that.
How are you finding the watt bike to sort of normal running? Are you still getting the same?
Yeah, it's a different type of fitness, I think, on the watt bike. It's more leg strength and the lactate build up in your legs compared to running, which is quite a lot on your lungs and things. So you do a bit of both, then you get the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah. And how often do you do that every day?
I won't go on it every day. I might have a quick flush
No.
if I'm going to stretch out or whatever, but I won't go on it and do a hard session every day. It's quite tough.
Yeah. You mix it up
What
a
did Scott
bit.
say? No one enjoys a walk back.
No
I
one enjoys
prefer
the
it to
walk
run
back,
on the
you're
road. I'll tell you that. I don't mind the walk back.
right.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. And then with ball work as well. Then, so when was the last time you kicked a football? Wi-Fi.
He's breaking up. You're breaking up, Reese. Say that again?
Back now,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, back.
When was the last time you kicked a football? Like, how are you keeping
I
that?
tried to go to Battersea Park the other day, obviously during my 1 hour time
Yeah,
slot. I allowed to exercise
yeah.
just to kick a football around because I haven't for a while. And I was a bit rusty with that. But yeah, when I go and do my runs, once I get the allocated time, I'll try to touch the ball and just get a feel for it so I don't get too rusty
Yeah.
before we go back to football, really.
It's hard. It's a hard situation for
Yeah,
everyone,
it's
really,
hard.
isn't
You
it?
can't really, obviously, I live in an apartment. I ain't got a big garden, so I can't go in the garden and be kicking the ball around and doing this and that. Got I think I have to move to a tennis ball and do it in the house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do some kick-ups. And then your
hmm
nutrition as well. What's that sort of been like since you've been at
I
home
haven't,
so
I haven't really
much?
changed that. All it is, I'm just cooking more now. I haven't really changed what I've been eating. I don't, yeah,
Chef
I
man.
don't, I don't really put on weight like that. I can't. I don't know why, but yeah, I can't really put on weight. So I still snack when I need to snack and enjoy eating foods that I do.
Yeah.
Once I'm on the bike and doing my things and still running,
Someone there?
yeah.
About
Once I'm doing that, I eat what I want. I'm fine with that.
Decent, decent. And what sort of food are you eating?
Just the general stuff, man.
Is it
Yeah, I try some new dishes now and then. Try some different things.
What's your
My
signature? What's your
signature, you put me on
signature?
the spot, man. My signature, I like to do a stir fry. Cook up a good salmon stir fry. So yeah,
Salmon stir fry, yeah?
I like that.
Nice, nice. Um, I asked you
Mm-hmm.
this question yesterday. I'll give you the heads
hmm
up. I'll give you a
Yeah.
day to think about it. I shouldn't really
hmm
say. I'm going to ask you Scholes, Lampard, or Gerrard, and why?
Um, it's mad. I'm gonna be slightly biased because I'm a Liverpool fan, and there's gonna have to be Gerrard.
Yeah,
I think growing up, growing
Gerrard.
because he
Why?
just when there was big occasions and he was needed, he turned up. When there was a time to score a big goal or anything, he turned up and he made it happen. But then if I was a Man United fan, I'd probably say Scholes, and if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd probably say Lampard. But I think Gerrard all round, it's got okay, I say four for you.
Gerrard
Yeah,
raised with that one.
all round. I think it has to be Gerrard for me. Don't get me twisted. I like Scholes a
Gerrard.
lot.
It was
Yeah,
close.
Scholes is very close, and obviously Lampard was a joke as well. But I think Gerrard was the one, man. Some great memories watching Liverpool when he was playing.
With
hmm
going on to that, like grow for yourself, growing up watching football. Who was your sort of inspiration on the pitch?
On the pitch, obviously my cousin, because that was the first person
Yeah,
I was close to play football and
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
make it professional. But when I was
yeah.
younger, Michael Owen, yeah, when he burst
Michael
on the
Owen, yeah,
scene, I was obviously young at the time, and he was
young
the
is it?
guy, man. Michael Owen was sick.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
about 17 to 23.
yeah,
He
he
was
was crazy, Liverpool fan as well.
that was
So
it.
I watched a lot of Michael Owen.
Yeah, yeah,
He was my favorite, and then I obviously moved to Gerrard after that, and then obviously Ronaldinho. Iniesta was massive for me. I think I loved watching Iniesta, and obviously there's players like Messi and things like that. But yeah, Owen to start off with, and then quickly Ronaldinho and Iniesta, players like that.
Nice. Right, I'm gonna ask you the 5 questions that were sent in to me, and then you can just pick a couple from the comments.
Yeah.
From there. So the first one's from Stevo actually.
What Midge?
And it is how do you adapt your recovery during 2 games?
How do I adapt to recovery? I try and use the pool. First of all, you got to eat right. So I try and get the right nutrition in to obviously get my body back to 100%, and then I'll use the pool for active recovery. I'll use the bike, stretch. Literally, literally just got to rest your body and just get your mental state down to then be ready for the second game.
Yeah. Okay, and then number 2 is from Liam Healy. Is do you regret joining?
No, like I said earlier, I'd never regret that. I literally had that season. Don't get twisted. I had a great time and made some great friends there at the time, and I really enjoyed it. So I'd never regret it. And the fans were good to me as well. Maybe not in the comments now, but the fans are good to me, and I always appreciate that as well. So yeah.
Fair play, fair enough. Number 3 is from Tom.ab. Is what are your feelings towards Bristol City now?
The same as always. I always love the club. It's somewhere I grew up in and spent a lot of time there. So I'll always have feelings towards Bristol City, but at the time I knew I had to leave to push on and challenge myself in my career. So no, I'd always have love for them.
Yeah. And then the last question, we've got 2 more actually, from Cameron Donaldson. Who's the quickest player at Fulham? That's a good
quickest player. I want to know who they think's the quickest player is. So in the comments, guys, put who they think is. I'm trying to think now. There's obviously one guy that's a cut above the rest, and that's see, someone's got it there. Yeah,
AK.
Yeah, they got it ready. Abu, he's rapid, like ridiculously quick. Yeah,
Is he?
And powerful with it. So it's not like he's just like light and rapid. He's actually booming you over as well.
And then the last question, number 5, from Joe Ashmead, is what was it like scoring for the Reggae Boys?
That was nice. That was a nice moment because it was my debut as well. My family being there, just kind of hit the ground running, and it was something I always wanted to do. So that was a nice feeling, and the Jamaican fans took to me quite well, and they was behind me, so that was good.
They
all now they still message me, and I get good replies from them.
Decent. Okay, that's it from me.
We're gonna go in the comments.
Fire away, people.
Yeah, you pin them, and then I'll.
Yeah, I can or send them in to me, and then I can share them on the screen.
Is that from Gretz?
That one there?
Yeah, Gretz. Is it Gretz? Yeah. So what's that? Best player you played with at Bristol City? I'm gonna take the academy out of it. I'm gonna go strictly professional.
Yeah.
Best player you played at Bristol City. I think Jamie Patterson's up there. Yeah, I think Pat was sick. Pat was a sick player, man. He can do it all. I think, yeah. Don't get me twisted. There's a lot of good players, but I think Pat can go both ways, left and right, skillful. Yeah, man. I like Pat, man. Pat was good.
They're asking, would you ever come back to Bristol City?
Are you asking or they asking it?
They're asking. They're sending them in. They're sending them in.
I'm only answering anything you pin.
Here we go.
Best academy player.
You don't have to say me, Scott.
Best academy player. It have to be Cameron. Cameron Brown. Yeah.
Cameron.
I don't know why I started thinking.
I knew
Yeah,
that
sorry,
answer.
man. Cam, sorry, but no, it has to be Cameron. That's my guy. Cam. Yeah, he was another level, and it goes to show that sometimes it's not all about talent, and sometimes your luck has to be in and timing. So
No, that's right. It's
yeah,
time as
so
well, isn't it?
but no, definitely Cam.
No, Cam was a sick player. He still is. How about this one?
Have I ever played against Ravel Morrison? What do you think of another player? Have I played against Ravel Morrison? I can't remember. Everyone I spoke to said he's a joke of a player, like one of the best they've seen.
Yeah, you see
Yeah,
videos, isn't it?
and I think hopefully he'll come and play for Jamaica. I think I spoke to him before, and I think he's definitely going to do it. So that'll be a great addition for us.
That'd be
But no, I heard he's a joke of a
big
player, and not even. I think a lot of people in the press have said it as well. That was at Man United with him.
Yeah,
So that just speaks for itself.
yeah. I'm gonna pick two more. Yeah, there's one for the Fulham fans.
Do you think Fulham can reach Europa League again one day? Don't see why not. I was watching the clips on the Fulham Twitter yesterday, and that was good when they reached the Europa League final. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Maybe not right now, but who knows in 5 or 10 years, hopefully.
Oh, it said who will win out of Messi and Ronaldo?
That's going. There's only one winner, and that's Messi. And I hope your dad said the same thing as well. Messi's the GOAT.
Okay, one more. You pick, Bob. Have a little squat.
Says Simon, what's my favourite goal for Bristol City?
There we go.
I think there was I scored a hat trick against Sheffield Wednesday, and the last goal was a penalty, and that was my first hat trick, and it ended up being on my mum's birthday. So I think that meant a lot to me, that goal there. But the best feeling, I think, was obviously the Man City goal in the semi-final. I think
At the Etihad.
I think that was a good feeling. Yeah,
massive stage.
Yeah, that's the two for two different reasons. No worries, man.
That,
enjoyed that, Riggs. Try to see we get on next, man.
People. Yeah, man.
See what happens. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Later, yeah.
Let us.
Laters.